Aladdin and Company. The first essential is to understand the principle, to learn how it works, how to use it. The second, and even more important part, is to apply that understanding to the problem in hand. In the same way, the principle of infinite energy, infinite supply, is ever available, but that energy and that supply is static. You've got to make it dynamic. You've got to understand the law. You've got to apply your understanding in order to solve your problems of poverty, discord, and disease. Few deny that intelligence governs the universe. It matters not whether you call this intelligence universal mind, or providence, or God, or merely nature. All admit its directing power. All admit that it is a force for good, for progress. But few realize that our own minds are part of this universal mind, in just the same way that the rays of the sun are part of the sun. If we will work in harmony with it, we can draw upon universal mind for all power, all intelligence, in the same way that the sun's rays draw upon their source for the heat and light they bring to the earth. It is not enough to know that you have this power. You must put it into practice, not once or twice, but every hour and every day. Don't be discouraged if at first it doesn't always work. When you first studied arithmetic, your problems did not always work out correctly, did they? Yet you did not, on that account, doubt the principle of mathematics. You knew that the fault was with your methods, not with the principle. It is the same in this. The power is there. Correctly used, it can do anything. All will agree that the mind which first brought the life principle to this earth, which imaged the earth, itself, and the trees and the plants and the animals, is all powerful. All will agree that to solve any problem, to meet any need, mind has but to realize the need, and it will be met. What most of us do not understand or realize is that we ourselves, being part of universal mind, have this same power, just as the drop of water from the ocean has all the properties of the great bulk of the water in the ocean, just as the spark of electricity has all the properties of the thunderbolt. And having the power, we have only to realize and use it to get from life any good we may desire. In the beginning, all was void, space, nothingness. How did universal mind construct the planets, the firmaments, the earth, and all things on and in it from this formless void? By first making a mental image on which to build. That is what you too must do. You control your destiny, your fortune, your happiness, to the exact extent to which you can think them out. Visualize them, see them, and allow no vagrant thought or fear or worry to mar their completion and beauty. The quality of your thought is the measure of your power. Clear, forceful thought has the power of attracting to itself everything it may need for the fruition of those thoughts. As W.D. Wattles put it in his Science of Getting Rich, There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks to be created. The connecting link between your conscious mind and the universal is thought, and every thought that is in harmony with progress and good, every thought that is freighted with the right idea, can penetrate to universal mind, and penetrating to it, it comes back with the power of universal mind to accomplish it. You don't need to originate the ways and means. The universal mind knows how to bring about any necessary results. There is but one right way to solve any given problem. When your human judgment is unable to decide what that one right way is, turn to universal mind for guidance. You need never fear the outcome, for if you heed its advice, you cannot go wrong. Always remember, your mind is but a conductor, good or poor as you make it, for the power of universal mind. And thought is the connecting energy. Use that conductor and you will improve its conductivity. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. That is the law of life, and the destiny of man lies not in poverty and hardship, but in living up to his high estate in unity with universal mind, with the power that governs the universe. To look upon poverty and sickness as sent by God and therefore inevitable is the way of the weakling. God never sent us anything but good. What is more, he has never yet failed to give to those who would use them the means to overcome any condition not of his making. Sickness and poverty are not of his making. They are not evidence of virtue, but of weakness. God gave us everything in abundance, and he expects us to manifest that abundance. If you had a son you loved very much, and you surrounded him with good things, which he had only to exert himself in order to reach, you wouldn't like it if he showed himself to the world half-starved, ill-kempt, and clothed in rags, merely because he was unwilling to exert himself enough to reach for the good things you had provided. No more, in my humble opinion, does God. Have you ever read the story by Richard Harding Davis of The Man Who Could Not Lose? In it, the hero is intensely interested in racing. He has studied records and sheets until he knows the history of every horse backward and forward. The day before the big race, he is reclining in an easy chair, thinking of tomorrow's race, and he drops off to sleep with that thought on his mind. Naturally, his subconscious mind takes it up, with the result that he dreams the exact outcome of the race. That was mere fiction, of course, but if races were run solely on the speed and stamina of the horses, it would be entirely possible to work out the results in just that way. Unfortunately, other factors frequently enter into every betting game. But the idea behind Davis's story is entirely right. The way to contact your subconscious mind, the way to get the help of the man inside of you in working out any problem is: first, fill your mind with every bit of information regarding that problem that you can lay your hands on. Second, pick out a chair or lounge or bed where you can recline in perfect comfort, where you can forget your body entirely. Third, let your mind dwell upon the problem for a moment, not worrying, not fretting, but placidly, and then turn it over to the man inside of you. Say to him, "This is your problem. You can do anything. You know the answer to everything. Work this out for me." Then, utterly relax. Drop off to sleep if you can. At least drop into one of those half-sleepy, half-wakeful moments that keep other thoughts from obtruding upon your consciousness. Do as Aladdin did. Summon your genie. Give him your orders. Then forget the matter, secure in the knowledge that he will attend to it for you. When you awaken, you will have the answer. For whatever thought, whatever problem, you can get across to your subconscious mind at the moment of dropping off to sleep, that man inside you, that genie of your mind, will work it out for you. Of course, not everyone can succeed in getting the right thought across to the subconscious at the first or the second attempt. It requires understanding and faith, just as the working out of problems in mathematics requires an understanding and faith in the principles. But keep on trying and you will do it. And when you do, the results are sure. If it is something that you want, visualize it first in your mind's eye. See it in every possible detail. See yourself going through every move it will be necessary for you to go through when your wish comes into being. Build up a complete story step by step, just as though you were acting it all out. Get from it every ounce of pleasure and satisfaction that you can. Be thankful for this gift that has come to you. Then relax. Go to sleep if you can. Give the man inside you a chance to work out the consummation of your wish without interference. When you waken, hold it all pleasurably in thought again for a few moments. Don't let doubts and fears creep in, but go ahead confidently, knowing that your wish is working itself out. Know this, believe it, and there is nothing harmful in it. It will work out. For somewhere in universal mind, there exists the correct solution of every problem. It matters not how stupendous and complicated, nor how simple a problem may appear to be. There always exists the right solution in universal mind. And because this solution does exist, there also exists the ability to ascertain and to prove what that solution is. You can know and you can do every right thing. Whatever it is necessary for you to know, whatever it is necessary for you to do, you can know and you can do if you will but seek the help of universal mind and be governed by its suggestions. Try this method every night for a little while, and the problem does not exist that you cannot solve.